Once upon a time, there was a man named Johnson. He lived in a town. Johnson was a barber. His shop was in the market. The shop was always busy with customers, because Johnson was great at his work. People loved his neat cuts and cheerful nature. They came to him regularly for haircuts and shaves. Johnson earned good money, but his shop was old and plain. He wanted to decorate it and make it better for his customers. But house expenses and his kids' school fees made it hard to save. The shop stayed the same. Johnson lived with his wife, Laura, and their 2 kids, Nick and Lily. His family meant the world to him. After a long day at the shop, Johnson would rush home to spend time with them. Life was simple and happy for Johnson and his family. Early one morning, Laura was busy in the kitchen, preparing tea, cereal, and toasted bread. Johnson woke up, took a quick shower.
Hurry up! Kids! You don't want to be late.
He called out to Nick and Lily. The kids hurriedly took their baths and put on their uniforms. Laura poured warm milk into 2 glasses and spread fresh cream on rusks. She sliced some mangoes into a bowl and added fresh cream. "Breakfast is ready," she called. The family gathered around the kitchen floor.
"Thanks, Mom,"
said Nick, taking a big bite of his rusk.
"I love this with fresh cream."
After breakfast, Nick and Lily grabbed their bags and headed off to school. Johnson said goodbye and left for his shop. Johnson reached the shop, opened it, and set out his tools, dusting the counter and sweeping the floor. Soon after, customers started coming in. He greeted each one with a friendly smile.
Good morning, Mr. Davis,
he said as he got to work on the first haircut. While waiting, others chatted quietly.
"How is your job going, Jim?"
one of them asked.
Not bad.
Jim replied. After finishing the first haircut, Johnson thanked Mr. Davis and received the payment.
"Thanks, Johnson,"
Mr. Davis said, handing over the money.
Take care.
Johnson smiled, and Mr. Davis left. One evening, Johnson noticed a new barber shop being decorated right across from his. It made him worry about his own, which wasn't set up as nicely. After dinner, he told Laura about it.
Don't worry,
She said.
your customers love your work.
After a week of the new shop opening, Johnson noticed his regular customers started going there. This had a bad impact on his income. One day, he asked Mr. Tom during his shave.
Where's Mr. Charles? I haven't seen him in a while.
Mr. Tom said.
Oh, he has been going to that new shop now.
Johnson's face fell as he listened. One Sunday evening, Johnson saw Mr. Harry, his regular customer, who had stopped coming to his shop.
Good evening, Mr. Harry. Why haven't you been coming for a haircut or shave? Everything is okay?
Johnson asked.
Oh, Johnson. I have been going to the new shop now. It's so well decorated, while yours still looks old and plain. The charges are the same, so why not enjoy a nicer shop?
Mr. Harry said. Johnson's smile dropped, and he nodded. After dinner, Nick wished.
Dad, I want a talking parrot.
Johnson smiled and said,
Of course. My dear. I will take one for you.
After Nick had gone to his room, Laura sighed.
It's hard on you. How will you manage to buy one?
She said softly. Johnson smiled.
I know. But I want to make Nick's wish come true.
On Sunday, Johnson went to the market and bought a talking parrot. He paid for it and brought it home. He called Nick.
Come here! Nick! Take your parrot!
Nick came running.
Oh, my lovely parrot.
Laura and Lily were excited too. The parrot copied their funny phrases. Laura dramatically scolded Lily.
Stop being silly, girl. Lily, no more talk.
The parrot, copying her tone, squawked back.
No more talk!
Everyone burst out laughing. After dinner one night, Johnson sighed.
I don't know how we will manage home expenses.
Laura said.
Why not bring the parrot into the shop? Maybe customers would enjoy it. And it might even help your business.
The next day, Johnson brought the parrot to the shop. When he was shaving a customer, the parrot started mimicking their conversation in a funny voice.
Phew! Nice shave!
The parrot squawked. The customers burst out laughing. The parrot continued to copy their words, keeping everyone entertained. Soon, everyone was talking about it. Old customers heard about it and started coming back. The shop got busier than ever. The new customers were attracted by the parrot's funny conversations. Soon, word spread, and even the royal courtiers and ministers started coming for shaves and haircuts. Johnson was now very prosperous. He expanded and decorated his shop, hiring workers to manage the growing business. One day, the minister was talking with the king on the palace lawn. The king asked where he got his shave and haircut.
I must say, the barber did a great job.
The king remarked with a smile. The minister laughed.
Oh, Your Majesty. I was just telling you about the talking parrot.
The king was surprised.
A talking parrot? What do you mean?
The minister replied.
Your Majesty. There is a barber in town who has become very popular because of his parrot. It copies all the barber's funny remarks and keeps everyone entertained. It's like having two barbers in the shop.
The king said.
Take this barber with the parrot to the palace. I want a haircut.
The minister smiled and nodded.
Yes. Your Majesty. I will send a messenger right away.
When Johnson was talking with the kids, someone knocked on the door. Johnson opened it, and there was a royal messenger at the gate. The messenger said,
The king has called for you. He wants a haircut with you. Please come with your parrot.
I can't believe it.
Johnson's wife exclaimed. Nick and Lily giggled with excitement. Nick said,
Wow. Dad, you are going to the palace.
Johnson was terrified.
What if the parrot says something awful in front of the king?
He thought,
I will lose my head.
Johnson took the parrot to the palace, following a servant to the king's room. As he bowed, he whispered to the parrot,
Say something nice.
The parrot, in its funny voice, greeted the king.
Hello, Your Majesty. Got any treats for me?
Johnson's face turned red, and he shivered. The king laughed, amused by the parrot's comments. Johnson started the king's haircut. But the parrot's funny comments made him even more nervous.
Your Majesty, are you ready for a makeover?
The parrot squawked. Johnson's hands shook even more as he tried to focus on the king's haircut. The king enjoyed the parrot's chat. After finishing the haircut, the king said,
I will buy this parrot. You can take money and jewels in exchange for it.
Johnson bowed and replied,
As you wish, Your Majesty.
He returned home with the wealth, but was heartbroken for losing his beloved parrot forever.